Alright, is everybody ready?
Is everybody
Alright,
ready?
let's welcome the
Yeah.
last team.
Okay, a very good afternoon to Dr. Chan and my fellow friends. My name is Victor, and my group will be presenting on a topic called ineffective meeting, based on a case study found on YouTube, and we'll point out 5 problems encountered in the video. Right, so today we have arranged 3 proficient speakers for you. So the first one is myself, and I'll be covering the introduction part. The second one is Seng. He will be pointing out 4 of the problems. Jenn will be pointing out 1 of the problem, and he will be concluding our presentation. Alright, so let me start my part by asking you 3 questions. The first one, what is meeting? What do you really understand about meeting? Okay. The second one is, why do we have meetings? Is it a common procedure, or is it a standard routine of organization? Or is it a common practice of human being when it comes to discussion? Alright? And the third one is, what do you do in meetings? Do you sleep? Do you talk? So on and so forth. Okay, so what is meeting? Alright, so how do you define a meeting? It's simple. It's a gathering. A gathering of people coming to the same location to discuss about a topic. Alright, so but in our case, when we are talking about effective meeting, I would rather say a meeting is, oh my god, okay, a gathering of 2 or more people for the purpose of achieving a common goal through verbal interaction. So by right, the cross is not here yet. Okay, so so this is effective meeting. Alright, so if this condition is not being fulfilled, then this cross will come up. So this will bring us into the topic of our presentation, which is ineffective meeting. Okay, so let's carry on. Next. Okay. Alright, so the second question, why do we have meetings? Alright, so the first reason is to arrive at a consensus. So let's say we have all together go to a meeting and we sound out our ideas, our opinions. But through the meeting, all the ideas, the inputs are all being gathered, analyzed, and synthesized to a final decisions which is acceptable by all. And at that point, we call it arrive at a consensus. Alright? So the next point is, meetings will help us to keep the organization on track. So what do I mean by on track here? Okay, it actually enables the workers, the team members to be updated, constantly being updated with the latest development of the company, as well as they are aware of the follow-ups required and to improve the work progress of the company. Alright? And the third one is, meeting will definitely generate a better decision, or what we call creative solutions. So why do I say so? Okay, notice again in a meeting, when all the participants come together and they sound out their opinion in their own point of perspective. Right? And this might bring into arguments, which is conflict management. Okay, and then from there, right, this is actually setting, okay, or creating a platform or stage for better solution or better decisions to be developed. Alright? For this, right, actually I need animation. Sorry. Okay, it's okay, it's okay. So what do you usually do in meetings? Actually, I got a couple of sorry. Technical problem. Okay, so I'll continue. So what do you usually do in a meeting? Alright, so I have a couple of pictures to show you before I end my presentation. So the first one is, you might pay full attention in a meeting. You might get frustrated, or you might fall asleep, or fell asleep together as a team. Okay, you might be on Facebook, on Angry Birds, or maybe on the line, or you will argue over a table, okay, or fight, fight over a guy. Alright? And when it gets really boring, you might yawn, or even play with your pencil, okay, horizontally or vertically, trying to balance it. Okay, and last but not least, this is one of the most common norms like people perform in meetings, which is whispering. Alright, so with that, I'd like to end my presentation with a short clip, and I'll pass on to Seng later. Thanks. Okay, so just take note of the 5 problems.
I don't even know what time it is.
Oh guys, I'm sorry I'm late. Thank you. I was in traffic. Can you believe it how I wound it? That
Okay, the first one is cell
call
phone.
out and I got caught in it.
Oh my gosh.
Then she's late.
So sorry. I didn't even know you were freaking out.
Okay, okay, I'll describe the video. Okay. So just now the lady is late, right? Then she came in, sat on the table. Then 2 of the members started to quarrel over issue which is not related to the meeting. And then after that, the host did not control them, and finally the whole thing became chaos. So if you want to see the video, right, I can send you the link. Okay. Some sort like that. So we have 5 problems. Okay. So next, I'll pass on to Seng to elaborate on the problem. Time of animation.
Okay. Sorry for the technical problem. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Seng. So we have identified 5 problems in this video. The first one is distraction due to mobile phone. It will lead to incomplete attention for all the participants and result in inefficient discussion. So how do we solve this? First, we should try to avoid the use of mobile phone and at least keep it in silent mode. By doing this, we will ensure everyone will focus in the meeting and it will lead to effective meetings. The next problem is punctuality of participants. Just for information, the video, there are two members were late in the meeting, including the host. So generally, latecomer will cause the meeting to be delayed. It will result the flow of meeting to be disrupted, and the participant time will be wasted. Moreover, but people will need to explain everything again to the latecomer, and it is another time wasted. So how do we solve this issue? We suggest everyone should stick on the meeting time that is in the agenda, and by doing this, the meeting eventually can start on time, and it will lead to effective meeting. So, the third problem is lack of agenda. Just for online information, a guy is unclear about the objective of the meeting, and he was frustrated about the meeting. So the purpose of agenda is to provide a clear list of objectives and topic to be discussed in a meeting without going out of topic. With agenda, participants can prepare before the meeting and provide a sense of direction to the meeting. It will help the meeting to keep on time and to ensure everything will be discussed. Without agenda, there will be no objective to be discussed and lead to inefficient discussion. So how do we solve this problem? We suggest hosts can prepare agenda and disseminate to every participant before the meeting. By doing this, participants can have more time to prepare, and good preparation will lead to more task accomplishment, good utilization of time, and finally, effective meeting. The fourth problem in this video is conflict between 2 persons. Conflict is a very common issue in the meeting between 2 groups of people because of different interests, and it is a two-way discussion. It will hurt the team progress and morale if it is not handled properly. So it will lead to another inefficient discussion. So how to solve this issue? We suggest that everyone should stick on the objective that is stated in the agenda, and it is easier to recognize whether the discussion is out of topic. Next, we suggest the host can state any meeting rules in advance. And for one of the example is only allow a speaker to speak at a time, and the speaker have to raise his hand before speaking. So by reducing conflict, we can maintain good team morale, we can solve many problems easily, and the last, we can have good effective meeting. So that's all for my part. I'll pass the floor to Jenn.
Thank you, Seng. Good afternoon to Dr. Chan and fellow classmates. I'm Jenn, and I'll be presenting the last issue of the video that's supposed to play. Role and responsibility as a host. Okay, in the video that's supposed to play, the host is frustrated at the end of the meeting. Okay, this is because she failed to control the meeting, and everyone in the meeting was drowned in chaos. And this had led to an ineffective meeting. So, what should she has been done in order to have an effective meeting? We have summarized a few ways, and it can be concluded as control. Okay, the first letter C, it stands for convince. She must be convinced enough that the meeting that's going to be held is necessary. With the necessity of the meeting, here comes with the second letter O, objective. She must set a clear objective for the meeting by preparing a good agenda. And next, N, it stands for navigate. As a host, she must navigate and facilitate the meeting. Okay, in the video that's supposed to play there, she should actually stop the member going off tangent and maneuver the meeting to achieve a desired objective. And time management, she should make sure the meeting stick to the time allocated in the agenda. So by this, she can avoid any unnecessary delay. R is stand for resolve conflict. As Victor said just now, there's a conflict in the meeting. So she's supposed to stop the argument between the members and allow other members to give their opinions or suggestions, and then come up with the win-win solutions. O stands for outcome. After the discussions, she should summarize the outcome of the discussions, and then make sure that a decision is made. And lastly, L stands for list of actions. After the meeting, she has to make sure that make it clear to everyone what is supposed to do and what is needed to be followed up after meeting. With all the steps that I mentioned, she should be smiling and confident enough to have a meeting. Okay. Now I would like to summarize all the issues that we have discussed just now. Firstly, in order to have an effective meeting, we have to avoid unnecessary distractions like a mobile phone, as it may interrupt the flow of the meeting. Secondly, every member of the meeting must have time discipline. This is to ensure that the meeting will not be delayed. And third, a proper meeting must be prepared prior to the meeting. A proper agenda must be prepared prior to the meeting so that all the topic of discussions are covered in the meeting. And agenda can also help in utilizing time effectively. Fourth, ensure effective meeting effective communications among members, and avoid two-way discussion which might result in conflict. And last but not least, the role and responsibility of host. The host has to make sure that the host has to make the meeting under control and make sure that there is an outcome after the meeting. Okay, with this, I would like to end our presentation today. Thank you.
Q&A session. So any questions? Except the technical stuff thing.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
有冇 question？
Okay, thank you.
那我们不要问我们问题。